Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sheenam Bansal. Today we will do PCL injuries of the knee. PCL is the extrasynovial intracapsular structure. It has two parts, large anterior part and smaller posterior part. It originates from lateral aspect of the medial femoral condyle and inserts on fovea, that is on the posterolateral aspect of the knee between medial and lateral plateau. It is stronger and larger than ACL. The anterolateral part is 95% of the total PCL and is taught with knee flexion. The posteromedial portion is 5% and lacks with knee flexion and vice versa. Posterior meniscofemoral or ligament of Weisberg is more common and its femoral origin merges with that of PCL. PCL accounts for 90% of the resistance to posterior translation. It will check hyperextension only after the ACL is ruptured. It is important in flexion. When PCL is cut, rotational stability will be altered only in flexion. In PCL deficient knees, there will be development of degenerative changes. People are more at risk who is having PCL deficient knees. In those people, there will be increased joint forces, and from acute chondral injury, there will be compartment degeneration. Those people have increased medial and patellofemoral compartment pressures. Non-operative treatment includes a posterior drawer of less than 10 mm with tibia in neutral rotation and rotatory laxity of less than 5 degree and no significant varus and valgus laxity. Most surgeons treat avulsion fracture of the PCL's tibial insertion surgically with open reduction and internal fixation. Grade 1 tears have loss of anterior step off. Proximal tibial eminence is anterior to the distal femur. PCL is stretched less than 5 mm laxity. And grade 2 tears have PCL is torn with 5 to 9 mm laxity and proximal tibial eminence is with distal femur. Grade 3 tears with proximal tibial eminence posterior to the distal femur and laxity is more than 10 mm. Grade 4 or combined ligamentous injuries. Conservative management is done in grade 1 and 2 and operative in grade 3 and 4. Reconstruction can be done with open or arthroscopic techniques. In arthroscopy, we use posteromedial portal to assist tibial preparation. It requires patellar tendon of 40 mm to maintain bone blocks. What is the drawbacks of arthroscopic techniques? Graft makes an acute turn at tibial tunnel exit. So, graft abrasion can occur and graft tensioning can occur. Drawbacks of PCL reconstruction in together is loss of motion. Flexion loss is more common than extension loss. It is caused by improper graft placement or inadequate rehabilitation. Flexion loss is due to femoral attachment anterior and distal to the isometric region, results in increased graft tension. Prolonged immobilization can cause flexion contracture and then loss of extension. So, what we have learned so far, PCL is extrasynovial intracapsular structure. It has large anterior and smaller posterior portion. Origin is from the medial femoral condyle lateral aspect. Insertion is on the posterolateral aspect of the knee between medial and lateral plateaus. 95% substance is anterolateral portion. It is taught with knee flexion. 5% is posteromedial. It lacks with knee flexion. PCL accounts for 90% of resistance to posterior translation. When ACL is ruptured, then it checks hyperextension. When we cut PCL, rotational stability is unchanged in extension but altered in flexion. PCL deficient knee patients are at more risk for degenerative changes. Grade 1 and grade 2 tears are best suited for non-operative treatment. Grade 3 and grade 4 for operative treatment. Grade 3 and 4 has more than 10 mm laxity and proximal tibial eminence posterior to the distal femur. Grade 2 is having 5 to 9 mm of laxity and proximal tibial eminence with the distal femur. Thank you so much. It was all about PCL injuries of the knee. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my channel. Thank you.